Hello friends, welcome to Power Electronics lecture series. Today we will discuss about DC choppers. This is one of the power converter widely used in power electronics. That is, we have seen so many power converters which converts one form of power into another form of power. So up till now we have seen the rectifiers or single phase power converters, that is which converts alternating current into direct current. I have made videos on the rectifiers, on the single phase rectifiers. Also, there are some inverters which converts direct current into alternating current. So basically, there are also two types, that is single phase inverters and three phase inverters. Also, bridge inverters also. So you can refer these videos regarding of rectifiers and inverters. Also, we have discussed AC voltage controllers, which controls the phase angle and integral cycle control in AC waveform. Those are nothing but the AC to AC converters. Also, there are cycloconverters, which are also frequency converters, that is step up and step down cycloconverters. So, the last one is remaining, that is DC to DC converter, that is fixed DC voltage to variable DC output voltage converters. These power converters are called choppers. So, in this session, we will discuss the basic choppers, its circuit diagram, its operation, its types and waveforms. Also, there are some applications with the DC choppers and output voltage and current equations. So, let's start with this session about DC choppers. So, one can see in the introduction part of DC chopper, a chopper is a static device which is used to obtain variable DC voltage from a constant DC voltage. A chopper is also known as DC to DC converter. The thyristor converters offers great efficiency, faster response, lower maintenance, small size and smooth control. So these are basic advantages of using thyristor converters in the choppers or in the case of inverters also. That is, it has greater efficiency, faster response, lower maintenance, smaller size and smooth control. Choppers are widely used in trolley cars, battery operated vehicles where the output voltage is required, if amplified output voltage is required, traction motor controls, control of large number of DC motors, etc. So it has wide applications in power electronics field where the requirement of amplifying the DC output voltage or step down the DC output voltage is required. So it can be used in wide applications. They are also used in regenerative braking of DC motors to return energy back to supply and also as DC voltage regulators. So one can see in many DC circuit in regenerative braking, also DC voltage regulators, trolley cars, DC motors, the choppers has very wide applications. So please remember these are applications and the advantages of thyristor converters or other switches in the converters. So let's move forward for the chopper types. So basically there are two types of choppers used in the circuit, that is step down choppers and step up choppers. So what is meant by step down choppers? So in step down choppers the output voltage will be less than input voltage, whereas in a step up chopper output voltage will be more than input voltage. So in the step up chopper the input voltage is DC voltage and the output voltage is also DC voltage, but it has higher value, or we can say it is amplified version of input DC voltage. So step up chopper will boost the DC voltage which is given at the input, and at the output we will get the step up DC voltage. and in the step down chopper the output voltage or output DC voltage will be less as compared to input DC voltage. So we will see one by one this complete circuit diagram, operation and the waveform for the step down chopper and how the thyristor control can be used to amplify or decrease the output voltage of the chopper. So in this session we mainly focus on the step down chopper, and in next video I will explain the step up chopper. So let's move forward for the principle of step down chopper. So this is very simple circuit of step down chopper. This circuit is only for explaining the operation, how the output voltage, that is output DC voltage, has very has low value as compared to input DC voltage. So one can see in the circuit diagram there is a input DC supply, that is DC source, you can take it as a battery. There is one switch is used, that is nothing but the SCR. Okay, the switch is nothing but the SCR. The chopper is marked with this dotted square box, in that the SCR is shown, and the load is the resistive load across which we can take the output, and the output will be step down, that is it has lower value as compared to input DC. So please remember this is very simple circuit diagram for the step down chopper. So let's see its operation. So the above figure shows a step down chopper with resistive load. The thyristor in the circuit acts as a switch, that means it will turn on and turn off for some time. When this thyristor is on, the supply voltage appears across the load, and when thyristor is off, the voltage across the load will be 0. The output voltage and current waveform are shown in figure below. So this circuit has very simple operation to make it output voltage lower value as compared to input voltage. So when the chopper is on, that means the SCR is on or the switch is on, then the input DC supply will appears across output, that is across the load resistor. So the same voltage which is given at the input will appears across the output of chopper, and when this switch is off or when the SCR is turned off, there will be no output voltage across the load. So the voltage across this resistive load is 0. So this is basic principle, or we can say basic operation of this circuit. So it will more clear with the by referring the waveforms. So there are two waveforms which are very simple one, that is first waveform is of output voltage V0 and the second waveform is of output current I0. So one can see in the output voltage, as soon as switch is on, then the input DC voltage will appears across the output, that means across the load resistor. So there will be output voltage for the period in which the switch or the SCR is turned on. So after turning off the SCR, there will be no path between output and the input. So the resultant voltage across the output or the across the resistor will be 0. So we can see this from this waveform, the first waveform of the output voltage. So again we turn on the SCR. So as soon as the SCR is turned on, the current will get path from input to output. So output voltage will get across the load resistor R. So there is one dotted line is marked. This is nothing but the resultant output voltage, which has lower value as compared to input voltage. So in this way we can take it lower value of output voltage as compared to input DC voltage. So basically, according to output voltage waveform, we can understand the output current, how this output current behaves, and it has equation that is V by R. So as soon as there is a switch is on, we are getting output voltage across the load resistor. So the current will rise, and as soon as SCR is turned off or the switch is turned off, the current will decrease to 0. And during T off, there will be no output current across the load. Again, in the third cycle, we are turning on the SCR or the switch. We are getting output voltage across the load resistor. Hence, we are getting output current. So, the resultant output current will be IDC, which is marked by the dotted line. So, I think you have clear the basic operation of the step down chopper, which is very simple one, and one can understand this operation using this waveform. So let's move forward for the basic equations of the chopper. So let's see one by one. That is, VDC is nothing but the average value of output or load voltage. IDC is average value of output or load current. T on is the time interval for which SCR conducts or switch conducts. T off is the time interval for which SCR is off or the switch is off. Capital T is the summation of T on plus T off. So it is total period of switching or chopping period. And the frequency, it's inversely proportional to capital T. So this frequency is nothing but the frequency of chopper or chopping frequency. So let's see, there are basic 3 to 4 equations of the step down chopper. So first equation is average output voltage VDC, which is given by capital V, which is nothing but the input DC voltage, in bracket T on divided by T on plus T off. So this T on plus T off nothing but the chopping period capital T. So the final equation becomes VDC is equal to V into small d, where small d is duty cycle and has a formula T on upon T. The second equation is of average output current, which is IDC is equal to VDC divided by R. R is the load resistance. So final output voltage becomes IDC is equal to V by R in bracket T on upon T, which is nothing but the duty cycle. Then the final equation becomes IDC is equal to V by R into small d. So this equation is of RMS output voltage. The final equation is under root of small d, that is under root of duty cycle into capital V. V is the input DC supply. Output power in terms of output voltage and output current will be VO into IO, and in terms of resistors, that is VO square divided by R. It can be multiplied with the duty cycle D. So effective input resistance of the chopper, that is Ri is equal to V upon IDC and R upon D. So the output voltage can be varied by varying the duty cycle. So please remember, these are 5 to 6 important formulas of step down chopper, which are very simple one. So one can understand by varying this on time and off time of the switching of the switch or the SCR, we can get the output voltage across the load. So the output voltage can be varied or can be controlled using the duty cycle or on off period of SCR. So this is regarding of step down chopper, its basic circuit, the simple waveforms and 5 to 6 important formulas. In next session, we will cover control techniques in the chopper and step down chopper. So let's discuss the methods of control in step down chopper. So these are total two types of methods which are used to control output voltage in the step down chopper, that is pulse width modulation control, and second one is variable frequency control. These are very simple control techniques. We will see it one by one. So one can see in the description the output DC voltage can be varied by following methods. That is, first method is pulse width modulation control, or it is also called as constant frequency operation, and the second method is variable frequency control. So first discuss with pulse width modulation control, or one can say constant frequency operation. So in the pulse width modulation, the pulse width, that is T on, that is on period of switch or the on period of SCR of the output waveform, is varied keeping chopping frequency F and hence chopping period T constant. So in this case, T on is varied by keeping chopping frequency F and the chopping period capital T constant. Therefore, output voltage is varied by varying the on time, that is T on. So one can see how this output voltage can be varied by changing the T on period. This figure shows the waveform. So these are the waveforms of pulse width modulation control. So we can see as the T on period is low, or for the very short T on period, the output voltage are very low. So only for T on period we are getting output voltage VO, and for the T off period there is no output voltage across the load. But here chopping frequency F, or we can say time period T, is constant. Also in the second diagram, here T off period is very low and T on period is high. So the output voltage we are getting across the load is more, or one can say we are getting output voltage only for T on period. So as the T on period is high, there will be more output voltage across the load, and for the T off period there will be no output voltage. But also please keep in mind the capital T, that is time period, is constant in the pulse width modulation control method. So please remember, this is basic operation of this method and how we control the output voltage across the load using T on period, or we can say by changing T on period the output voltage across the load can be changed or can be varied. So this is for pulse width modulation control, which is very simple technique to control the output voltage. So let's go for second method, that is variable frequency control method. So in this method, chopping frequency F is varied keeping either T on or T off constant. This method is also known as frequency modulation method. So we will see in the figure that how output voltage waveform for a constant T on and variable chopping period T can be varied. So in frequency modulation, to obtain full output voltage, range frequency has to be varied over a wide range. This method produces harmonics in the output, and for large T off, load current may becomes discontinuous. So one can see the operation of this method from this waveform. So there are two waveforms of the output voltage. So one can see the T on period is constant for first waveform and T off period is also constant. So we are getting the output voltage only for T on period and there will be no output voltage for T off. But in the case of second waveform, the T on is again constant and T off is varied. So we are getting output voltage only for T on period, but there will be no output voltage for T off. So this is the principle behind the this control technique, that is variable frequency control technique. That is, we are varying the frequency. See, the period for the first waveform, that is capital T, is more as compared to second waveform. Here capital T, that is time period, is very low. So this is all regarding with control techniques in chopper. In next video, I will cover one other type of step down chopper and step up chopper. So for this video, please remember these two techniques and the basic chopper circuit and step down chopper circuit, its operation, its waveform and control methods. Thank you.